Hey, good morning, everybody. Welcome to Cardboard Commander. My name is Jerry, and it's a beautiful Tuesday morning. Hope you guys are doing well. This morning, I'm still messing with some new technology, trying to figure out how I'm going to get everything working. I hope you guys can hear me okay. It looks like the mic and everything's working. I see we have a bunch of people already in the chat. I see, looks like Paul's here. Uh, Paul's in the chat. Then we've got, let's see who else we got in here. Uh, Man, we've got a whole room full of people in here. So that's really cool. Really do thank you guys for doing that. Let me, how is, how's the weather where you guys are at? I know it's been a pain for a lot of people. And I know back east, they're having some real struggles. So um, that's kind of a bummer. So I know you guys are having some issues. Nick's here from Colorado. I know they got some snow finally that they needed. Um, so we're just I'm kind of running slow this morning. Charles is in the house from San Diego. My cat decided that he was going to get up at 10 o'clock in the morning or 10 o'clock last night. We had just went to bed and he decided he was just going to have a good old time. And so he kept us up for a couple hours. So we love our cat, but sometimes he's a pain in the butt. And Charles is here. Who else we got in here? We really do appreciate you guys coming by and saying hi and hanging out on this beautiful day. So, what are you guys playing? I got a couple things I want to share with you. I am playing, if you guys haven't noticed, I am playing Rock of Chickamauga. And folks, I have to say, this game has really got me hooked. I'm it's one of those games that just kind of draws you in a little bit. And I don't know if you guys have played this or not, but the thing that's really cool about it is the card activation system. Instead of like the blind sword system that uses chits, this just uses cards, right? Um, but it's real easy to get on the board and to play. And I've got it set up back there, if you guys can't tell. But it's real easy to get on the board and play. And I've really started learning. Tiger Leader, Dicey Dave's got Tiger Leader on the board. Nice, and I still haven't gotten a DVD game, and we're going to talk about that on the Zone of Control on Thursday. But yeah, so I really like it. And one of the things that's another thing that's pretty cool is the way they do the displays for this. So they have how would you call it? They've got uh, divisional displays out, and so you put in priority who you want your brigades to be activated. And what's really cool about it is you can play it solo fairly easily because the cards dictate what can be done. So you get your decks together and you shuffle them, and then you flip over cards, and you don't use all the cards. You use cards specific for that that scenario, but you pick out, like, it'll tell you, okay, put in 2 fog of war cards, put in these general cards at the beginning, and then they'll tell you, okay, now put in one secret event. If you're playing against somebody, you would look at the event cards and you pick which one you want. You put it down. Then you pick 2 random ones. You just grab them out of your hand. Then you shuffle them all together. So even playing solo, it allows you to play because you know the cards you pick, but you still shuffle, so you don't know when they're going to come up and everything. And it's been really, I have to say, it's been a lot of fun. I've really enjoyed my time with it, and I'll show you guys some pictures. So I've got All right, can you guys hear me now? Testing, testing. Can you guys hear me now? No. Well, that's a bummer. I wonder what's going on. It says I'm hooked up. Let me see what's going on here. Camera resolution. Oh, okay. So you can hear me now. So I'm wondering if I switch screens, was that the issue? Okay, good. Yeah, so it must be, you know what? Let me try something, guys. I'm going to go to this other screen and let me see if it goes away because maybe I have to add the mic to the screen. I don't know. We'll have to see what I can. I'm going to switch screens real quick and see if that's the issue. All right, so I'll have to figure that out. So sorry about that. So I won't switch screens anymore. Um, but yeah, I'm just the pictures are really cool, and the way the game itself is set up is just really nice. So I'll have to figure again that this is that new. This is what Stuka Joe uses, and it's a little cheaper to go to the full plan. Streamyard wants $450 or something for a year, and I think this is like 250 or something. So, um, which is a little more affordable, as you know. And I'm not a. Let's see. Let's catch back up with the people were talking about some games they were playing. Um, oh, Christoph's in the house. Hey, Christoph, how are you, buddy? Um, let's go back up here. So yeah, so Dicey Dave says that DVG rules are a challenge from time to time, and that's what I've heard. And Christoph says my sound's gone, so that's backed up. So I'm glad I'm back up now. Let's see what else we got. Yeah, the chat's always a little slow behind, so I got that. I'm not a Blind Swords or Black Swan fan. The system just does not press my. Yeah, and it's kind of so. I did order some Blind Swords. I just again just I don't know if I want to get into the GCACW and the GBAC and all that. I just don't know if I want to invest that much time into that. So I've got to figure that out. And, just see what I want to do there. But I don't know if I want to jump down that rabbit hole or not. And have you guys been to? So that Rob's been to a con. He's at PresCon. Have you guys been to a con before? What's your experience on those? I went to Origins a couple years ago, and I wasn't blown away. And I know that Origins isn't a huge wargaming convention, but yeah, I wasn't real pleased with Origins at all. Um, so now, like I said, it's just I would love to go to a convention where you can play multiple games and things like that, but it just I don't know. They seem to always be on the East Coast too for some reason. I'm sure that's where all the gamers are at. There is one in San Diego. I know the HisCon's in San Diego, which would be kind of cool to go to. But I just wondered if you guys have been to one before. Yeah. So I did. So Hexy and I are playing another game. I have looked at that. I actually had Three Dog on order, and I bailed out of it just because I didn't want to. Yeah, I just didn't want to jump into another system, but I may still do that. I know if I had a lot of guys to play with, and it was going to be. Yeah, I did see GMT has one in LA, I think, or up above that a little bit, which I could do too. One in the middle of the country would be great. I think the closest one that comes to me that's a decent size is in Indy. I don't know if St. Louis has one. I do go to an ASW one in Kansas City, So I do that, but that's just ASL and starter kit and stuff like that. Let's see. Also, I know that you guys. Um, I know that you guys don't create content, but have you? Or some of you don't. Have you guys? Do you guys like when you're playing a game? Do you like that top-down view, or would you rather see it from the side, or do you really want to see what the focus on the board is? Um, yeah, like I said, I've done this before, and it was okay. It just wasn't. It wasn't war game focused at all. There was a little tiny area. I did meet Ard Wolf there, and Mo's gaming table and a couple other guys, Brant, but it was a little small area and not a lot of and like the playing area when you're out in that big convention area, there wasn't much board gaming going on there at all. Yeah, I saw that, and I had a chance. You got to jump in there and get them quick. And but I hear that's a great con. They say it's a. Oh, and Charles, I'm glad you're back to filming. I know you said you were going to stop. You just need to keep filming and you do your thing, buddy. And some of us enjoy watching it. And I know you're playing Italy. Yeah, and I've heard that too. I just need to see. So I don't know, if Paul, are those available? A lot of MMP stuff. I did see the podcast yesterday where Kurt and Brian were talking about trying to telling people not to go out and buy the high dollar modules on eBay or anything, that they are going to be putting stuff out. We should start seeing reprints of ASL starter kit and a few other things within 4 or 5 months. So that's good news from them. Um, let's see what else do they got. I do. Oh, also I do know that you go in phases, right, in seasons, and kind of when you're playing games. And so now I'm in this. Um, I'm in the Civil War for some reason. I don't know why. I've never really been like I've never had that before. Um, but it seems like that's where I'm at right now. Um, I do know that I'm looking at. So I played my cardboard commander. I mean, combat commander match. So that went pretty well. Okay, so yeah, so I'm trying to figure out, and it's just me because I'm trying to. How would you say it? I'm lazy. Is I'm trying to just get. I like the top down because people can see, but I don't want to continue zooming in and zooming out and doing all that. I've gotten a lot of feedback that people just like the idea of, like, Wardrobe just plays the game, right? He just sets up a camera and he starts talking, and he's talking to himself, and he's re-rolling, and he's looking up rules. I try not to have too much section where I'm just looking up rules because I know that's boring. But I'm also trying to. I don't want to spend a lot of time, uh, editing and all that. Let's see. I do like to see the person talking and not just the board in hand. Yeah, and so that's another thing. And I like. That's why I do have one alternative to this, and I've got it loaded on my computer, and it works really good. It's called Xstream, I think it is. And as long as I'm not, or XSplit, as long as I'm not having a guest, it works great. And so maybe I'll use that, and then I'll just use the free plan on StreamYard when I have a guest, because there you're allowed to use up to 3 hours or whatever. And so I could easily just do a show, delete it, do a show, and kind of go about that way. So I may do that. Just focus on, excuse me, just focus on using that program, because then you can see me and you can see the game itself. Now, when I'm playing on the table, I just set the camera up, and then I have a mic that I can put on, and I just talk. So it's hard to see me in that situation. However, I can have 2 cameras working, and I don't know. I'm gonna play, I'm messing around with stuff, so we'll see how that works. Okay. So again, I appreciate you guys' feedback. Yeah, so, and that's the thing, and I'm glad they're talking about doing some of the, uh, new games and kind of redoing the rules. I wish a lot of companies would do that. I wish Compass uh, would do that because they just kind of re-put out the games. I wish they would take some time and maybe rewrite the rules a little bit and upgrade counters. I think people would love playing some of those older games if they had upgraded components. Like, can you imagine um, Victory in the Pacific with new counters and everything? Kind of like what they've done at Compass with the World War I game that they did. I wish they would do that. Yeah, see, I haven't heard of that. So I do like playing the Worthington games. They have 8 pages of rules, very easy to play, and they're a lot of fun. I really do like those games. So that would be one of the things that I would like to. Oh, hey, also, guys, I forgot to tell you, I'm going to be VUCA has they're going to send me their new game, Operation Overlord, and it is a block game, right? You guys know how I fanboy over VUCA, right? Um, so I'm going to be looking for a volunteer that wants to learn the game, and they have a vassal module. I want to volunteer to play that game with me when we get it. The rules are online, and we can play it on vassal. But I'd like to get a volunteer that wants to play against me. And I've never played a block game before, except for Commands and Colors, and I've only done that on vassal as well. So like to check that out. I've decided since I'm old, it's just best not to get into any systems. Yeah, Charles, I kind of see your point, but the older we get, the more we gotta think, right? The more we've gotta make ourselves read and comprehend, and because that's what goes, right? I would hate to have my mind go, so I kind of challenge myself into making me do something like that, um, just because I want to keep my semi brain moving forward, right? Not that you're not doing that. I'm just saying that's so Jerry does not do stickers. Jerry's wife said she would volunteer and do the stickers. So she's the arts and crafts person here, and since she's not having to, since Vuka's going to send me the game, uh, she said since the money we're saving, she'll spend the time to put the stickers on. And yeah, so I think I got everything from VUCA I want. I would like to have Red Strike, but that's pretty expensive. And I don't think I know, Christoph, you play that. Can you play it solo? I don't know. I need to look more into that game. Um, you know, yeah, because the thing is, it's so easy for us to get in this. And look, I even catch it playing games. Um, it just like this, you have to sit down. And my wife was laughing because the other day she was watching TV and the living room's right back there. And I was just staring at the rule book and I was just reading and I would move something and I would read and I was looking at charts and doing all that. And she says, man, she says, you've always got your brain moving on things like that. So, oh, hey, I was going to show you. Uh, yeah, hold on for a sec. Oh, maybe they're here. Yeah, here they are. So one of the things with this Chickamauga game is look at those charts. So they have a really nice chart system, but the way they do combat. So Christoph says he just bought a cell phone. Yeah, they're crazy expensive, right? And that's what I'm doing. I'm just playing games I own. I had some store credit at Noble Knight, and I did pick up a Blind Swords game. I forgot which one it was, but you guys will see that when I get there. Yeah, absolutely. I think so too, Paul. It's one of those things that just makes you want to. You've got to. It's not it may be a sedentary thing where you kind of sitting there, but you're really have to focus. So so I don't know if you guys have used this system or not, but what's really cool about this is when you take your combat strength, um, you just highlight the top of it, right? And you find it, and then you roll two die, and you read it. It could be 11 through 66, right? And then it gives you a combat result. And then you take that combat result, but you come up with it's more about column shifts than strength points. So you may start off with 8 strength points, but then there's a bunch of column shifts, right? So this chart here is all column shifts. And then this is the range chart. So you find out so you look at what your range is, what's your chart, whether you're going up and down on this chart or not, and then you roll. Then you get a result. Then you come down here to the cohesion test, and that's what tells you what to do. And one of the things in this game that's really cool is they have a thing called skedaddle, which for those of you in the South will understand. But skedaddle means to run away, that sort of thing. So they actually have that in here. But I do like the way they've done their charts, and I, I I'm very impressed with Flying Pig's production level. They have a nice, SO for a sequence of play, and then their terrain effects and everything. So very happy with that situation. In fact, I'm gonna do a little bit of video on that this morning. Red Strike is solvable when you play smaller. Yeah, so that's what I've heard. So that's why I've kind of stayed, tried to stay away from that one. Yeah, and yeah, the 40 series. I like Worthington's ACW brigade system. I love those games. Um, I haven't played the OSG Napoleonic games. I am looking forward. So I don't know if you guys have noticed. I'm trying to get Herman Lutman on the Zone of Control podcast. He's been going to a bunch of shows, so I'm sure he's tired. He's podcasted out, but he's coming up with a new Black Swan game for Antietam, which looks really cool. And then he's also doing a kind of a blind swords Napoleonic game, going to be chit driven and well card driven, but kind of looking forward to that too. So that's yeah, that dude's a beast when it comes to designing games. He does a great job. And then Forlorn Hope, of course, of all that. I learned that way. Yes, skedaddle. Yeah, that's a funny word, isn't it? And but yeah, so today I think I've taken today. It's going to be chilly outside, so I'm going to well do my morning. So just to let you guys know, I after I'm done here, I go do the treadmill for an hour, watch some YouTube videos, go take a shower, and then I'll figure out what I'm going to do, film and everything today. So today's a content day, so I'm just going to make content today. I'll probably write another blog post for later. I don't know how many people reading the blog, but it's getting a lot of attention. I do know. I do know some folks have been commenting on it and that sort of thing. So if you guys haven't checked it out, just go to cardboardcommander.com. It'll take you right there. And then I had a weird exchange on Vassal yesterday playing starter kit, and that was kind of weird. So I'm going to slow down a little bit on starter kit Vassal. It wasn't the best experience, so I'm just going to kind of chill out a little bit and go back to doing a little more filming. I played 16 of my 24 games. Man, that is awesome, and I that's my goal. I played a good amount. Um, I've been really trying to dig in too, so like I'll keep a game on the table for 3 to 4 weeks because I'm trying to play it a couple times and do that. Just because I think sometimes I just bounce around too much and that's not really good either, so I don't want to do that. And so Dicey Dave, what's been your favorite game you've played so far this year that you've played? In fact, all you guys right now, if you had, what's the best war gaming memory you've had of the 2 months in 2026? Yeah, Christoph, I like doing that too. Like I said, you guys have seen that's been on the table for a while. I don't know if you guys noticed, but they've got the little uh, I think it's called bocage or something, or I don't know the way it. I'm clear, but then it makes the background a little blurry. I think that's kind of cool, I guess. Yeah, I've never been a Napoleonic guy either, but the more I play them, the more I've enjoyed it. I really like Viva la Emperor. I play that a lot. Another Herman Lettman title. Yeah, Inflection Point. So I've heard really good things about that game, and I've never played a BCS game, so that may be the one I jump into. Holland 44. I love the 44 series games. In fact, you guys tune in Thursday morning. I think around 10 o'clock. We're going to play. Doug and I from Battlefield Banter are going to be playing Italy 43 again. Christoph and I need to get ours together too. So yeah, so Mr. President, I bought it on Steam, and I'm really looking forward to jumping into that. I like it set up on the table, but man, it's a big game. So um, you know, so Christoph, throw let's like I said, I keep saying let's pick a day that is good for you because I know your schedule's a little. You pick a day, and we'll just take a hour and a half and play the game and do it live. So just let me know what you want to play. You kind of know what I have. Throw out some ideas, and I'll throw out some ideas too. Yeah, the Mr. President map is it's almost so I like the I Napoleon map too. That's another game I should get back out. That was fun. I actually had. I know some people don't like that game, but that was a lot of fun. It's easier to play online, of course, because it's easier to reset. But I like having it out on the. Sorry, I keep banging my table. I like having it out as well on the table. I have an electric desk, and so if I don't have it at a certain level, it wants to move around a lot. So I should just fix that so it doesn't move around a lot. Yeah, so I've heard good things about that too, Charles. I just have never I've never played it. Have any of you guys played that? The solitaire book game. Yeah, I've never played that. So um also just to give you guys a heads up. Oh, okay. Well, hopefully that doesn't last. That sucks. Hopefully that doesn't last forever. All right, Paul, thanks for coming by, buddy. Appreciate you. Have a good day, and thanks for coming in. Yeah, Warfighter. Boy, that's one I'm pushing off too. It just seems like a big commitment, and but it looks cool. I just don't know. British Tank Ace is amazing. I love Greg Smith games. So we are about a half an hour. So one thing I will say is I'm going to Thursday. If you guys can tune in Thursday, I'm going to have uh, my I'm going to take my top six designers, which you guys kind of know who they are, and I'm going to pick my top three games from each designer, and I'm going to talk about the game. So that's what we'll be chatting about on Thursday. So um, I'll have each designer. I'll have my top three games from each designer, and they'll be my top three games. They may differ from your top three games, but yeah, that sucks, Christoph. And I'd be next door crushing somebody. But I mean, they got to get it done, right? And so you're probably doing the right thing. So, all right, folks, I think we're good to go. I'll try to fix the scene thing for the next time. But hey, until next time, everybody, be safe, be kind, happy wargaming, everybody. Thanks for coming by on this Tuesday. Enjoy your day.